Why do we need your spouse's assets when we're only doing Medicaid planning for you? This is a question that we get all the time, and sometimes, and I understand the point. I might be helping out a married couple, only one of which needs Medicaid, whether it's help paying for home health care or help paying for care in a facility. And I'm asking for not only their assets, but the assets that are jointly owned and even assets that are individually owned by the community spouse. The community spouse is the one who's not applying for Medicaid and maybe is not thinking about applying for Medicaid for a very long time. And often the community spouse will get quite indignant. They're going, this is not about me. This is about my wife or my husband who is the one that needs Medicaid. Why are you asking me about my assets? And the answer is, not because we're trying to be annoying. The answer is that your elder law attorney is doing that because we need that information, because that information must be submitted to Medicaid when we're applying. So when we are submitting a Medicaid application for one of our clients, they're asking for not only the assets of our client, but if that client is married, also the assets in the spouse's name as well. Even if it's totally separate, even if you haven't owned assets together in a very, very long time. If you're legally married, your assets are now relevant. And so we asked for this information because we want to, of course, try to help protect both not only our clients' assets, but the assets that belong to their spouse as well. And we have plenty of legal and ethical ways of doing that. So you're going to see if you're going through our intake process now, it's a pretty in-depth questionnaire. We're going to ask for what's in the bank, what's in a brokerage account, what's in retirement accounts, what's in real estate, what's in life insurance. The cash value of life insurance policy is very, very important. And we're going to ask that not only for our client, but for their spouse as well, if they're married, if they're legally married. So this is all to help you. This is not to be nosy, because the more information that I have, or one of my attorneys has in the office, the better we can best think about the ways in which we're going to be protecting you and your spouse, right? The strategies that we suggest to protect $50,000 are a lot different than the strategies that we put together and suggest to protect $500,000. And I hope that makes sense. So in an effort to protect both you and your spouse, we do need you to divulge your information. The more specific and accurate you can be, the better, because that's what will allow you to make the most out of your strategy session with either myself or one of the attorneys in my law firm. Hope that makes sense. Have a great day.